With this update of the TF40 line comes a new string pattern. This is the review of the Tecnifibre TF40 305 16x19. With the initial success of the TF40 over 2 years ago, there had been many requests for a more open string pattern option. Tecnifibre listened, and with this update comes not only new technology, but also a spin-friendly 16x19 string pattern. A 321 swing weight combined with RS sharp beam construction offers a stable ride for modern players. Additionally, Dynacore XTC material within the layup and foam inside provide exceptional feel and ball pocketing upon impact. I was really excited to see Tecnifibre add a 16x19 string pattern to their TF40 lineup, as I felt the first generation was a little bit out of my wheelhouse, and this brings it closer back to the specs I prefer. And when I picked this racket up right off the bat, I had very little adjustment period and actually found it pretty easy to use. Compared to the 1820, I found it to offer a little bit more free power, a little higher launch angle, and some more spin potential. When I was playing points with this racket, I really could appreciate from the baseline the preciseness I could be with my shots, whether I was on the offense or the defense. And up at net, I felt that the feel and the touch really shined on this racket, and I loved that it was also stable feeling as well. As a personal preference, I just prefer a little bit of extra free power, and this was most noticeable in my serves and my approach shots, as I felt like I was lacking a little bit of my MPHs on my shots, and a couple more balls were coming back more than normal. However, I really loved this racket on my return. It's one of my favorite shots to hit, and I felt I could really swing out and be aggressive and have no fears of overhitting and start that point off on the offense. Overall, I found this a great addition to the TF40 lineup, and players looking for a little bit extra power and spin should definitely check this out.
I was on the original TF40 playtest, and although I really enjoyed that racket, my one gripe with it was that it didn't have an open string pattern. Now with this latest model, I feel like I've been heard. It features all the characteristics I love about the TF40. It has a great plush, responsive feel. It has a great blend of both power and control. But the open string pattern makes this racket more playable, more user-friendly. It definitely gives it more access to spin. I felt like I was able to hit good depth with this racket. It has enough power where I can easily put a ball away. I actually really enjoyed it on my slice and serve as well. I just felt like I could hit all my shots really easily with this racket. And it actually reminds me a lot of the old Babolat Pure Strike Project 17 racket. And if you're looking at a racket like the Pure Strike or a Wilson Blade 100, then I would definitely check this one out because it's fantastic.
Really interesting playtest for me with this racket, because I used the previous version of the TF40 305, which was only available in the 1820. What a difference a string pattern can make. The 16 mains, it pockets the ball way more, so I feel like I'm carrying it a little longer through my stroke, and I'm getting a higher arc on my shots too. So different flight out of the string bed and a different feel at contact as well. I love the top spin out of this one. I felt like the open string pattern really gripped the ball well. It also opens up the sweet spot really nicely, so it gives it a plusher response. At net, plenty of feel and touch still on my volleys. Not quite as dialed in as the 18 main version of this update, but very, very close. Still a lot of feel, a lot of control up there. Maybe a little bit more zip on my serves. Definitely easier to get the ball higher over the net and still get it to drop inside the service box. So that was an advantage there. I didn't like this one quite as much on flatter shots or on my backhand slice. And if I was switching between the two rackets, both the new version of the 18 main and this one, I did struggle a bit. I was missing long occasionally, but if I just hit this racket, I quickly adapted and that problem went away. So really nice update. If you're looking for a more forgiving version of the TF40, you got it right here.
I was extremely happy to be named to this playtest. I was the last one added to the list. That said, I was so excited to hear they opened up the pattern with a 16 main version of the TF40. I just took this racket out for as many rides as I could. In fact, I took it off the graphite library wall and let a lot of my friends play with it. It was unanimous. It's a very easy racket to play with. You definitely, compared to the 18 main version of it, can kind of feel the ball sink in, and like Chris mentioned, kind of glue itself or dwell on the string bed a moment longer. Just making this racket in terms of command and control over shot depth and spin, shaping your shots, very easy. I've always liked the solidity of all Tecnifibre frames. You know, if it's half ball, half rim, you're still getting a very solid feel off of it. So in that respect, just the overall quality is top notch. And for another addition to the 98 head size, 305 gram frame weight category, this is one of the better that I've tested by far all year.
We strung up the Tecnifibre TF40 305 1619 with a couple different string setups, including Ice Code and 4S at around 52 pounds. For more information on this racket or any others, please check us out at Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, or Tennis Holding.